A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. The scribes and Pharisees said to Jesus, "The disciples of John the Baptist fast often and offer prayers, and the disciples of the Pharisees do the same. But yours eat and drink." Jesus answered them, "Can you make the wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? The days will come, and when the bridegroom is taken away from them, then they will fast in those days." And he also told them a parable. No one tears a piece from a new cloak to patch an old one. Otherwise, he will tear the new, and the piece from it will not match the old cloak. Likewise, no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins, and it will be spilled. Rather, new wine must be poured into fresh wineskins. And no one who has been drinking old wine desires new, for he says, "The old is good." Sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord. Today, being the first Friday of the month, I'd like to share with you a little reflection on what we commemorate today: the Sacred Heart, the personal love that God has for us as revealed in the heart of His Son. Having been raised Catholic from my childhood days, I grew up all the time looking upon these images of the heart. Jesus with the Sacred Heart and our Blessed Mother with her Immaculate Heart. And both of them pointing to their respective hearts, as though inviting us to take a deeper look at those hearts and at what they mean. Because these sacred icons or images or statues of the Sacred Heart and the Immaculate Mother come up so often, shouldn't we understand that they are trying to convey to us a deeper message? The color, the lines, and the form that an artist uses tries to convey to us what human language cannot possibly convey. And they try to communicate to us a deeper truth that is beyond our intellectual understanding. You know, the fathers and the mothers of the Church have always taught us that prayer is shifting the thinking from the head to the heart. Or in other words, when you pray for someone, you pause in order to hold that someone in your heart. The head is capable of dualistic thinking, going this way and that way, of thinking us and them, good and bad, up and down, in and out. But in the heart, one does not condemn, one does not convict, one doesn't just judge, or differentiate. In fact, the heart is about inclusion, whereas the head is out to exclude people. And that is why I would like to look at prayer as shifting our thinking from the head to the heart. And that is why I like to say that in prayer, our heart could be without words, but our words should never be without the heart. And so, praying as being spiritual and being religious and being devout is more about the heart than about the head. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not ruling out the use of the head. We need to be intellectual. We need to be smart in thinking. We need to be logical because faith and reason go together. But the head can take you only so far and no further. And it is the heart that allows you immerse to delve deep into the mysteries of life and death, into the love of God. And so, as the Sacred Heart points to his own heart and the Blessed Mother to her Immaculate Heart, it's about time that we listened to the words of Jesus. When you pray, go into your room and close the door. I understand it as go within your heart and remain there in touch with God. And also the other teaching of Jesus, pray for those who persecute you. In other words, when there is someone that torments you and persecutes you, pray for that person, meaning hold that person in your heart. And then condemnation, conviction, judgment, anger, resentment, hatred is not possible. And so, let's pray for this grace, that you and I may go into our hearts and remain in our hearts, that we learn the art of shifting our thinking from our head to our heart, which alone is true prayer. And so, the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary, they're not just objects of sentiments or objects of worship, but they are objects of transformation. When you sit with your heart, when you sit in your heart, that is when growth takes place. That is when you are transformed. That is when you are born anew or born again. Conversion is again about the heart and not the head. It is moving closer towards God. And so, let's pray for this grace, that as you and I celebrate the Sacred Heart and also honor the Immaculate Heart of Mary, may you and I learn the art and spirituality of shifting our thinking from our head to our heart, where alone is praying possible.